Short for fanatic is the one who's screaming their lungs out in sub-0 degree temperatures, still believing when the chips are down, and never, ever giving up on their teams or their players. From the closest seat to the worst one, we want to meet you all. This is the American Fan.
What's going on, sports fans? It's Josh Williams back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. It is NFL preview week. We have made it to another NFL season. We got a taste of football the last 2 weeks. You know, I still got to post some of the stuff that George and I did at USC in week 0. That was, George.
Correct.
But NCAA football, that is back. So we'll get into some of that as well. Definitely want to talk about Deion Sanders and what Colorado did to TCU on the road. But we got a little bit of a special guest. You guys know that I play in a Madden league, and I usually don't give the Madden league much time, but the Madden league is actually starting up. We're going to be starting back up this weekend, and so I wanted to bring somebody on. He is a rival of mine. We have been friends, not friends, curse each other out, call each other a lot of names, but I got to bring on Mr. Antonio Munoz with the Inye. What is going on, Antonio? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great. How about yourself, Josh?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. You know, George has potentially a clip that we will get into at some point in our conversation. But I wanted to bring you on, bro. I wanted to talk about first. You know, I know that you're a Bears fan. I thank you for rocking the jersey. You knew the assignment. He showed up with a jersey on today. What jersey you got on? Whose jersey is that?
Of course, JF1, Justin Fields.
Okay.
Come on, the new MVP coming up.
You're not the only one in the Justin Fields MVP race. I was talking on Veterans Minimum the last couple times I was there about Justin Fields, and one of the bets, I think Justin Fields is now like 13-1 or something like that to get MVP. You know, if you would have waited, if you would have got him at the end of last season, he was like 60-1 or something crazy. So a lot of people are on the Justin Fields train to have a big year. What do you think, before we get into Madden, what do you think about your Bears, and what do you need to see from them to be excited long term?
I just want them to see them continue to have a great run game like they did last year with Justin Fields and co. And then seeing some improvements in the offensive line. I think Ryan Paul's has done a great job with that, you know, drafting Darnell Wright. You know, you got Tevin Jenkins. Well, he's hurt now, but, you know, once he's back, with him, Wyatt Hare, Nate Davis, and Braxton Jones, it should be a pretty solid offensive line for Justin Fields to finally kind of show what he's got. Like, for me, this is his make or break year, because I think he's got the weapons on the outside now with Moore, Claypool, and Mooney. And then you got Tyler Scott, who's had a pretty good camp from what I heard. So, yeah.
Don't forget about Cole Kmet. You know what I mean? You got a tight end, still a young tight end.
That's
getting better. But George, you know what I mean? You see, I got some people that have. So he listed off his entire offensive line.
That's
and
dedication
did not
right
break. Like, he didn't blink. He wasn't looking nowhere. That was all off the dome. I respect it. Good job, Antonio. Antonio again understood the assignment. He knows his Bears. But and then also, George, Antonio is an aspiring MMA fighter. Antonio, what are you? You're in Muay Thai now. What are you doing now?
Well, so far this year, I've had 2 kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just like in a pre-camp right now. Hopefully to get a fight sometime by the end of this year. Ideally MMA, but my coach might put me in another kickboxing fight. We're still kind of going back and forth on that.
Okay. And also a little bit of background information on Antonio. Antonio also played some collegiate tight end football. So, yeah, Antonio, he's an interesting guy. But Antonio, let's talk about Madden. What makes you a good Madden player? What where do you feel your weaknesses are? And let's talk about the league a little bit. So I'll let you go start there.
I think sometimes I get out of what I do the best at, and that's mixing it up, having a good 50-50, run and pass, being unpredictable, where you guys don't really know what I'm trying to do or where I'm trying to attack. So when I get a little too pass happy, I throw too many picks. If I get a little too run happy, you know where to stop me from there. So when I keep it 50-50, I think I'm pretty hard to get beat.
1,000%. And that's probably the biggest thing I think any of us, of course, I'm like Mr. Pass, but the years I've done the best, it's when I can be multiple. Antonio is, I will say defensively, he can make the same mundane defense look so different versus, other people in the league. So I always respect you for that. George, he and I have actually played in a Super Bowl in our league.
Who won? What was the final? Give me the deets.
I won, but I will say, like, I had to stand up that whole game. I was engaged. I was locked in. It was definitely
I'm always locked in. I'm always locked in with you. Got to have my reign, and then got to stand halfway through probably as well.
Hey, listen. This is a top tier Madden player. He is always in the mix. Like, no matter what his record is, if he gets in the playoffs, you don't want to play him. He has knocked me out of the playoffs many a time. I had the better team, had the better year, and then all of a sudden, everybody just fell apart on a Sunday afternoon. But Antonio, you got any sleepers you want to disclose on air? Other people in the league are watching, so you might want to throw out some like fake news just to get somebody off somebody else.
As far as players for this for this draft?
Yeah.
Man, I'll give this one away. I'll give up this little chip. Do not draft Kyle Pitts. I just played, what's his face? Jose.
Yeah.
With the Falcons, I believe he has this year.
Yeah. This
dude couldn't catch in traffic for anything. Like, it was just, and he can't block already as it is. So it's like, what good are you now? I'm at
you can't catch it. You can't block. It's not a good tight end. That's not a good recipe.
What are we going to do?
Hey, I will say though, tight ends this year in Madden are dominant. Like, they don't have to be fast. Like, there's a couple plays where it's like, he's always open. Unless you select a certain coverage or you user, there's certain plays where it's like, the tight end's just going to be open. I don't care how fast he is. So I haven't even used a fast tight end yet. So I'm like, good Lord, that play could be jailbreaking if I get a tight end 85 or over in terms of speed. Who do you hate most in the league outside of me? You can't say me.
Man, I don't hate nobody. I don't got no real hate for nobody in the league. I mean, you have your beefs with people, but at the end of the day, we're all just having fun with this game. So, look, no hate towards nobody, at least not anymore. Maybe a year or two ago, I'd have some real better answers for you on that, but I try not to be hateful.
I think we could all say that we at least had a certain disdain for Trayvon that had to be booted out of the league because he was too good, George. This man won, like, out of 10 seasons, easily won 6 or 7 titles. Damn. And probably was in another 1 or 2 that he lost. He was like 6, 7, and 2, something like that.
Some could say a dynasty.
Oh, he made the Lions look like literally he turned the Lions into the Patriots. Like,
wow.
For real. And then people would trade but see, here's the thing. And Antonio can speak on this as well. We have dudes in the league that make the dumbest trades. And it's like, if a guy is good and you see his team is starting to crack, do not give him a rebirth and reset his whole roster. Like, I think he had like Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald was like 34, about to retire, but still was a 99. And he traded him, and dude gave him like 4 ones, and dude was trash. So then now a best player in the league is getting top 5, top 10 first round picks for like 3 seasons. Like, bro, you just ruined the league like that quick.
Yeah, you guys got to kick those people.
Yeah.
That's why this dude was able to create a dynasty. You don't have a backbone of a commissioner in here to kick. No. Veto the trade. Ooh. Veto.
Antonio and I could both speak to the commissioners in the league, and we have both wanted to start a trade commission because, and I feel like the trade commissions should be some of the better players in the league because we can see potentially what other people can't. Like, I can see that this dude that's a 67 but is 21 and he's got speed and metrics that other people can't develop. I know in the right hands he's going to be very, very scary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, just little stuff. But, Tonio, go ahead. I'll go ahead and get you out of here. I'll ask you because I know you're an avid bettor as well. Do you think the Chiefs blow out the Lions on Thursday on opening kickoff?
I don't think so. I think the Lions are going to surprise a lot of people and at least make it a close game. I mean, I could see, it being like a 27-24 kind of game.
Okay.
I'm pretty high on the Lions this year, even though I do not like them.
Yeah.
I respect them, though.
Okay. George, of course, has the Lions at 13-4 to finish the season.
12-5.
You had 13-4. Don't backtrack now.
I had 12-5. I have it typed in my notes app. What the
Who was 13? No, you had the Saints.
My Saints are 13-4.
Yeah, like he's lost his entire. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Antonio. The look that you gave was everything I needed. Thank you.
Easy schedule. Oh, no. And you think Derek Carr's bad. I think you're wrong. I think he's got, Devontae Adams. Some are saying washed. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, a lot better of a scene for him. It's going to be positive.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Michael Thomas played more than like 3 or 4 games.
Alvin Kamara is going to be back once Michael Thomas gets hurt. So we're going to pick up right where we left off. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. All right, Antonio. I'll let you go ahead and get out of here, bro. Thanks so much for stopping in, and good luck in I guess the upcoming Madden season. We might have to. Oh, wait, George, did you ever have the clip? We got to at least get Antonio's take on the clip before he gets out of here.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. Yeah. Restart that, George. You got. Oh no, that's Antonio on defense.
Let's go.
That was beautiful.
Let's go.
Beautiful is what that was. Wait, let it play. Let it play, because that's not even the full play. I couldn't save the play quick enough. Antonio Gibson breaks 2 ankles in the open field, but before that, this was on a crossing route.
Hey, this is wild, Josh.
Before that, you can keep letting it play, because before that, he had actually already had a spin in the route. Here it is. Yep. Go ahead. He's in the flat. He's wide open. Okay. Oh, made the first man miss with a spin. Oh, my goodness. And then kept upfield and then got 2 more. Yeah, it was a problem. So, Antonio, I'll let you.
I'm going to remember this when we play, Josh.
I'll let you leave on that note.
You got me out here on full blast. That's crazy, Josh.
Hey, man, I got to do what I got to do. Antonio Munoz, thank you so much for stopping in, bro. And make sure you go pick up Madden 24. It's a good game. They did a solid job this time. Not as many bugs. We'll see. But thanks again for stopping in, Antonio.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate it, Josh.
All right, bro. Take care.
See ya.
All right, George. We had our Madden call. Let's take a deep dive look into this week's opening kickoff, opening night, ring ceremony, extra excitement.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Lions in Kansas City. Should be good weather. Who you got? You're thinking the Lions might mess around and do it.
I'm thinking the Lions might mess around and do it because I've said it on a previous show, and I'm going to hold true to Super Bowl hangovers are real. You brought up the ring ceremony. You got so much extra going on that I'm not saying that they're going to overlook the Lions. They're definitely not going to overlook them. But I just think the Chiefs don't need to come out and like if the Chiefs lose game 1, it's not like we don't believe the Chiefs can go on a run and still make it to the Super Bowl.
Yes, especially in their division.
If the Lions lose week 1, we're all kind of like, okay, same old Lions. Like they just haven't taken that step up. So it's a lot bigger for the Lions than it is the Chiefs. But it being a home game, it's never easy to win an Arrowhead. But like you said, the weather's good.
Yeah, should be good. I mean, it won't be cold, so if anything,
everybody's
okay.
Healthy.
Yeah,
for the most part, and it's going to be electric. I'm looking forward to Jahmyr Gibbs'
debut.
Oh my God, I think he's going to put people on notice real quick. Game 1, I'm expecting no little than 110 all-purpose yards and possibly a couple tutters.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hold on. Let me get. Yeah, we gotta get some.
Oh shit. That looks delicious. What is that, Josh?
That's Coco Love. We had to get a Coco Love break in there. My feeling is this, and I've been high on the Lions. I was high on the Lions last year when everyone thought I was crazy. I think Jared Goff is going to play well. you said it. This is a statement game. This is a statement game more for the Lions than it would be for the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs win and they don't win big. People are going to say they were playing with their food. If the Lions win, it as you said, it puts the league on notice. I think that this game is going to be tight. I would say through 3 quarters. I think the Chiefs are going to do enough. Travis Kelce is going to have a big play here or there in the 3rd or 4th quarter that officially stamps this game. I am excited to see Jahmyr Gibbs. Also, hopefully he doesn't have to have a big game because that is someone that I'm looking to draft in Madden. So
okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, so you don't want that recency bias.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't need him to be making big statements because somebody will make a big reach and it's like, bro, you took him in the 1st round, bro. Like, calm down, dog. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah. Also, another huge thing here. I don't know if you've been seeing the whole Chris Jones news. Like, Chris Jones isn't going to be playing.
Like week 8, he was talking about. He's talking about not coming back till possibly week 8 because that's when, if he doesn't, then they can basically still franchise him again next year, and it doesn't do anything for this year. Doesn't count essentially.
It's gotta suck to be the redheaded stepchild and be a goddamn stud. But like he's a redheaded stepchild because you got Travis Kelce, you got Patrick Mahomes. He's so overlooked, but he's so important.
He is essential to that defense. Not a question. He played lights out football for the majority of last year and definitely in that playoff run. He was a man child in that playoff run. So I mean, listen, pay the man. Everybody. It's so interesting to me how some teams in the league just keep finding money. Every time I look up, the Eagles are signing somebody else, the Cowboys are signing somebody else, the Jets now are getting in on it, the Dolphins got like 75 people, and then certain teams in the league, it's like they're always crying poverty, and I'm like, bro, like, it does not make sense. Because the Chiefs, outside of, as you said, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, who else do they have that's really making a lot of money? They traded away their left tackle. That was a young stud. They let him go.
Nick Bolton, their middle linebacker.
He's still on a rookie deal. He's still on a rookie deal. Who else is making money, George? They don't have a Tyreek Hill that's demanding money on the outside.
So right, Josh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, where's your money? You have money. Just get it done. Like, this is stupid. It's dumb. It's unnecessary. Sorry, we're gonna talk quickly about the primetime games today, and then we'll talk a little bit about our team's matchups because we already kind of went through all the week 1 matchups on another show.
Yes.
So Sunday Night Football is Cowboys Giants in New York. So that's a little bit different. Usually if they start the season, they usually start it in Dallas. In New York, who do you have, George, in that one?
Give me the boys in blue.
Which ones?
The ones that have a little bit of red in them, So I think Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are on a mission to like dominate this division. I don't think there is any 1-2 combo better than them. Because Miles Sanders dipped out on Jalen Hurts. So like we don't know what that looks like this year. Continuity at the offense running back position or quarterback running back position other than them. And I think for 3 years, actually maybe I think it's 4 years, they've been getting progressively better.
Yes.
And I think this is the year where they possibly go 7-1 or no, it wouldn't be 7-1 in division games.
6-0.
6-0.
6-0 or 5-1.
5-1.
5-1.
Yes.
Okay. Who's the one loss?
I'll give it to the Commanders.
Yes, you will. I'll
give it to the Commanders.
All right, go ahead, continue. I'll let you continue.
Because they'll be thinking like, oh my God, we're so much better than this weak ass team. Let me just, and then you guys sneak up on them. It's gonna be like you weren't expecting it kind of week, you know.
I am not the Trap City Commanders. That's horrible.
Trap City. Yes, you guys are Trap City. Is there just a piece of you that thinks that Dak Prescott is just like going to get benched this year, but not for injury?
Wow. If that happens, the Cowboys have had, you know what? I won't even say they've had a bad season because if that is your thinking, they could mess around and be like 4-2, but it was an ugly 4-2. and then start looking at Trey Lance. Depending on, I don't know their schedule. I'm not looking at their schedule. So depending on where they are, where their bye is,
so they got
all those
Giants,
kind of things.
Jets, then Cardinals, Patriots. So they have 2 tough games
out the gate. Out the gate, they're swinging. They're swinging out the gate. I'm interested to see how this one plays out because both of these teams, one, you get a jump in division. So that 1-0 is almost like 1.5, really.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever does take this one has already kind of leapfrogged the other 3 teams in division because, you know, the Commanders and the Eagles aren't playing each other. So they already have one up on everyone else in the division. I'm interested to see what happens in this one. I think the Cowboys have a lot to prove because they simply haven't gotten it done. They haven't, you know, they've had great regular seasons over the last 5-6 years, I'd say overall. Outside of the year where Dak broke his ankle or dislocated his ankle, and my Commanders won the division that year.
That happened.
But if Dallas does start 0-1 and the Giants start 1-0, Dallas is gonna especially if Dak doesn't play well. Like if he plays well and they lose, then you can't blame Dak. But if he plays poorly and they lose, those boo birds and those questions are going to start happening. So it's an interesting one for me. I can't call it. I guess I'll give the nod to the Giants just because they're at home, but 100%. I'm not 100% either way on that.
I just think that home field advantage on Sunday, like it's. I love that what you said earlier. This is always played in Dallas. And
usually this early one.
Yes, I like seeing a little New York fire for Week 1 on Sunday Night Football. Oh, I'm so ready for it, Josh. It's so much better than college. So much better than college football.
You think so?
Yes.
There's some folks in the South that would beg to differ.
I know, and I see it. I feel it both ways. But over the last 2 years, I'm like, there is nothing more entertaining than the NFL. It always comes down to the last possession. Like everybody's got a chance. Last year I only remember maybe 1 to 3 like, oh shit, this game's over in like the second quarter.
Vikings, I mean the Vikings had every time the Vikings lost, they got cracked.
Yeah. Oh, like when
they lost to the Cowboys. They got blown out by the Cowboys. They were getting blown out by the Colts before Jesus stepped in and wanted to give them a miracle.
Yep.
And I feel like they had another loss where it was a bad loss, and they lost by like 15-20.
Other than Kirk Cousins being inconsistent, the NFL's awesome.
Fair enough. All right, Monday Night Football. Switching gears over to Monday Night Football. The Bills travel to New York. Another in-division game. So 2 divisional games on prime time to start the season. This game for me, it's similar. I will say it's similar to the Lions. If the Jets want to stamp that they're here and that they're going to be a team to reckon with, and Aaron Rodgers is a big difference, they got to beat the Bills. And if the Bills go to a ho-hum, 5 to 7 point win, it's going to be interesting. I don't think the Jets fans obviously are going to give up on Aaron Rodgers, or at least if they do, that's stupidity. But
it is a shorter leash than people think, though. Like I think the New York people only tolerate bullshit for about like a 3-week span. Yeah, you held up 3. Ladies and gentlemen, he held up 3 as I said 3. It's like a 3-week span, and like after that, if you fuck up, it's the boo. Fuck Rodgers. Fuck the Rodgers kid.
Him and his mother. It's not a good look for sure. It's definitely not a good look. But you know what? On the flip side of that, Josh Allen has to stamp that the Bills are still here. And if they lay an egg versus the Giants on Monday Night Football, they're going to have a little bit of a rough ride as well with I don't say with their fans because their fans are pretty faithful, but their fans will start murmuring a little bit more than normal, or at least more than the last 3 years if they don't look good on a national stage either.
Hey, this is a way bigger game for the Bills than it is the Jets. Way bigger. Like
interesting.
I think
that's a toss up. I hear you, but I think that's more of a toss up just because of, again, it's a divisional lineup, so whoever wins is going to get that game and a half, jump ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit, this game's on 9/11.
Is it?
That's whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't even catch that.
Sentiment level, hammer the Jets.
Wow. I didn't even consider that.
I just saw it. I was like, wow, nice. Monday night.
Okay. All right.
11.
All right, then. All right. Well, and we have to, I'm sorry, George, I forgot to tell you. Can you pull up the sleeper site over there? Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I can. I got you.
All right. So before we get off of the NFL and start talking a little bit of college football, you know that we've started a fantasy football league, the American Fan 365 Fantasy Football League, and I wanted to highlight one of the matchups this week. This is, of course, week 1 for the fantasy football, so shout out to all the fantasy football players out there. But of course, I got to highlight the commissioner, that'd be me, and Team CommanDeezNuts versus Game of Jones, Mr. Ian Rubel. This is a divisional matchup because Ian is a Giants fan. I am, of course, a Commanders Redskins football team fan. And so I just wanted to go through the lineup. And George, you see that I have go up to the top, George, because they're disrespectful. Sleeper is disrespecting.
I hate this.
They're giving Game of Jones a 56% chance of winning. So, George, you tell me what you think. So,
automatically I feel the same way you feel, Josh, because I'm never projected to win. But when I am, I think Sleeper's not that bad. But when I'm not, fuck this app. It's okay. So Trevor Lawrence, Tua. I definitely think you got the better quarterback. It says so.
Okay. All right.
Now
he has more of a chance to get loose, I think, Tua, because Tua can have those 3, 4, 5 touchdown games randomly with all his cheetahs that he has out wide. So there is that side of it.
Very true.
Okay. Bijan against the Panthers. That's what I think is the bigger part.
Okay.
Bijan Robinson versus Austin Eckler. This is Bijan Robinson's first game. I think he's going to go stupid. I think he's going to have and we have the extra bonus points for big runs or big touchdown runs. I think he gets one 20+ yard touchdown run.
I like it
in the game.
I can envision it. I can envision a Bijan. It's like off like a swing pass, and he just
takes
open
off.
field, just and then he's just out. But
the Magic Johnson joint.
Austin Eckler is the better of the two, though. I mean, at least proven 30 points for him would be insane. Then you got Antonio Gibson taking on Najee Harris.
That's more Najee Harris.
Yeah, but you got the, Sleeper thinks otherwise.
Yeah, Sleeper thinks that we're going to go stupid.
You're playing the Cardinals, so
we'll see.
And Najee Harris is playing against the fucking 49ers.
Okay, that's
so
true. All right, he definitely has. Okay, I would give me the nod over Najee Harris over the Niners. Yeah, just the defensive matchups for sure.
Then you guys got both of these. So, I mean, it's just going to be fun to watch the Dolphins game. You're just like, all right, if I see a touchdown pass, one of the two of us is having fun,
That's it. Next one, let's see.
DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams, even, bro.
I think, well, okay. So Devontae Adams is going to have to deal with Patrick Surtain, whereas DK Metcalf, who's on the Rams defense?
Carolina, you want to play cornerback for the Rams next week? Yeah, she said yeah. I think Sean McVay is looking for a corner. You can make a couple of millions for the weekend, so that's cool.
Yeah, I think I got that one. Tight end, he's got me. He's got Darren Waller. But Darren Waller sometimes be having quiet games, so I don't know. Like Darren Waller can have 2 catches for 12 yards, or he could have 4 catches for 140 yards.
If the Giants do not put this man lined up outside as receiver, Josh, tell me, and I know this is taken away from this sleeper app fantasy prediction, when Bill Belichick put Rob Gronkowski out wide and was just like, we're running a jump ball. Why like, why did every offensive coordinator just go like, oh, yeah, we shouldn't do this anymore?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you just don't see it as much. Like, I feel like Darren Waller, at least one time a goal line possession, should line up wide.
How tall is Darren Waller? He like 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I feel like he's a big boy.
6'6".
6'6", yeah.
6'6", bro.
Yeah, I'm boxing you out.
Yes.
Dang, Darren Waller he is ratted up to his earlobes. I did not realize that. Yeah. Come on, Kelsey. Kelsey Plum out here with a thug. Okay. All right, my bad. I shouldn't be calling my other brother in arms a thug, but
no,
man, that's questionable. I don't know if I'll go that high up to the earlobes. All right, Terry McLaurin versus. He's got Madison. He's got
Alexander Madison, rookie. Yeah, no.
No. This is second, maybe third, fourth. Jesus Christ,
yeah,
25. All right, fair enough.
I think, but he was with Green Bay the entire time, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he was in Minnesota last year. I can't speak before that, but I know he was there last year.
Green Bay before that.
Yeah, he was there last year for sure. Individual.
You're playing Brian
player.
Burns.
Yeah,
he's playing. Wait, who the hell is this? T.J. Edwards, linebacker.
Good luck.
I love that our defenses their players are projected to get like 17 points. Like, that's awesome.
That's crazy. How is he supposed to get 17 points with a no-name dude?
He's a linebacker. He's going to get the 10 tackle bonus.
Oh.
Yeah. Linebackers are like secret, bro, because if they get 10 tackles, you're guaranteed 13 points.
Dang it. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I have the greatest kicker in the league, so
100%.
But he does have Graham Gano, so that's gonna be a fair fight.
For the love of Christ, play Aaron Rodgers week 1. Come on. Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh. And you got to put TJ Watt in. Damn it.
Well, I had TJ, but then it was like Niners. So I didn't know. Because
then it's like, who the fuck are they going to put back there as a sitting duck? Like,
no. Well, you know what though? Quarterback. It isn't a very good quarrap. So
there ain't nobody that's got the little.
Well, but see, I was saying, I would go back up. I was saying, what's his name? No, keep going.
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns, because Brian Burns is playing Atlanta. They don't have an offensive line. That's why that was my reasoning behind it. Because I had TJ Watt in, and then I was like, TJ Watt's going to be lining up over Trent Williams or another really good offensive lineman, and they're going to run at him a lot and wear him out.
They're going to, I mean, but they're playmakers, you know, like obviously an offense is going to scheme to like be like TJ Watt isn't going to beat us.
Yeah.
And then that's just what makes them great. Like TJ Watt beats them even getting double teamed.
Who's Trevor Lawrence playing?
Trevor Lawrence is playing Indianapolis. So
that's the reason why I went there.
Yeah.
That defense isn't nearly as good as what Buffalo could throw out. I think Aaron Rodgers obviously is going to play well.
I know.
Dang it, man. That's tough, bro. It's tough, but like you see what I'm saying? Like that was my at least you hear my logic. Like
yes.
If I make a mistake, I just have to eat the mistake. But you know what I mean?
If it was in Buffalo, I would say you made the right choice, but it's in MetLife. He's going to be comfortable, man. I think it's the start of like his Broadway.
All right, it'll be a toss-up. I'll flip a freaking coin. All right, let's switch gears over to college football. That was way too long on fantasy football about fake teams.
That's
great. And we've got to talk first and foremost about the unranked Colorado Buffaloes coached by none other than Deion Sanders. And listen, Colorado made a ton of people some money this weekend. TCU was a 21-point favorite, and they lost at home to the Buffaloes 45-42 with Shaduer Sanders, Deion Sanders' younger son, throwing for a school record 510 yards, 4 touchdowns in the win. And, George, there was also a clip. I had sent it. No, wait. Did I send? I didn't send you that clip.
No, but which one? I mean, hey, do you want me to reenact the way Coach Prime was talking about? I'm going to put a hot tub on the plane for this kid.
Oh, my.
If he would have caught the 2 deep passes before halftime, that Heisman would be chilling at his crib right now. What coach speaks like that? But that's what makes him the best.
That's what makes him Prime.
The best.
No. My favorite moment after the game was him simply saying, "Do you believe now?" And and he was basically attacking, and I'm saying attacking forcefully. He was attacking a journalist that I guess had written some undesirable or unfavorable things about Colorado, probably about Deion and the way that they're building that program or attempting to rebuild that program. And it was simply, do you believe now? And the guy I forget what he said. And he was like, I guess you don't believe. And so it's like, they got to keep going. I didn't think that they were going to win. It was funny because in one of my group chats, like one of the guys had bet Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Or they had put like $50 on it.
Beautiful. I think he won 400.
Yeah, he made some money.
I think they're 8-1. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big win, and like they were up 7-0, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I took Colorado." And I was like, "Relax, it's the first quarter."
No,
but they pulled it out.
Did you watch the game in its entirety?
No, I didn't watch it at all. I watched a couple clips, like a couple highlights, but I didn't watch it all. Because I just assumed TCU went to the national championship game.
Correct.
So, you know what I'm saying? I was just assuming that they were going to walk them down.
I thought so too, right? I thought so too. And they did. Okay, let's not act like this didn't come down to the last goddamn possession, which it did.
Yes.
Here's my little rant on this, because I watched pretty much the entire game. I was driving up to see my brother play on Sunday, so like I had the full extent to like soak in how poorly TCU played on offense. Let me just highlight this one thing, okay? TCU rushed for 262 yards on 37 carries. Okay. There was multiple times they threw two red zone interceptions. Mm-hmm. How the fuck are you not running the ball in the red zone when you have a player? If I'm going to go back to the stats here.
Yeah.
This Amani Bailey kid had 14 carries for 164. He was averaging 11 yards a carry, and they decided to like, all right, we want to make this a shootout. And it's like, why did you played right into Colorado's hands? Not saying that Colorado like didn't deserve to win that. They made big time plays. But if Colorado needs to do that every week to win, they're not going to win 10 games. They will, do better than most people think. But if you're relying on Shaduer Sanders and Travis Hunter to like single-handedly make big play after big play after big play to keep you in like drives, it's not a winning recipe. Colorado cannot run the ball. They only had 55 rushing yards on 34 carries.
Wow, and Shaduer was minus 32, so that was, I guess, sacks.
Yep.
I don't think that was bad scrambling. I think it was probably some sacks.
So what you saw here was TCU didn't know how to stop any sort of passing attack, and they're going to have a very tough time. But remember, they're a Big 12 team.
Yeah.
Big 12 teams get fucking 80-pieced, and then they come back the next week, and then they 70-piece another team. Like it's the Wild West of conferences. But yeah, Colorado. It's not that I'm not. When Coach Prime says, "Do you believe now?" I do believe you're capable, but that defensive line and linebackers, dude. The last thing I'll say on this one: TCU had the ball at the 2-yard line, like after a great punt. Right? They ran 3 plays, like runs right off the right side.
Yeah,
got down to the 5-yard line. And then you definitely saw the Travis Hunter highlight of him diving and intercepting the pass.
Yeah.
They got 90 yards off of running the ball. And they get within the 5, and they throw a fucking swing pass. I was like, you guys deserve that, you sorry sacks of shit. Like, fucking reward the offensive line, man. Oh, I hate bad football like that.
Yeah, that's bad. No, that is bad football. That's bad football for sure. What I will say I do believe in is that Deion is going to be a recruiting powerhouse.
Oh my God.
Literally next year and the year after that. And especially depending on what happens with the Pac-12, where does Colorado end up? Those kinds of things, like, yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
He will take. I'm saying this to all teams.
He can coach.
Take your team independent. Don't buy into any of these fucking conferences that are trying to steal your money. Like, look at how well Notre Dame did. All right, you got an NBC deal for 1,000 years. It seems like you can.
Not everybody.
But Coach
Notre
Prime
Dame
can. Coach Prime can.
Okay, all right. And well, you know what? As much as I would say, because he is younger. He's a younger head coach, and the ride could be a very long one. He also has the health issues. So that's my only retort to that, is because, like, I wouldn't want something to happen and he can't perform because of health. And then now you're back, because Colorado's been trash. So, like, you're back
1-11 last year.
Yeah, you're back looking for a coach again, and then now you're like begging for somebody to take your university, like, into their conference. So it's like, that's my only hesitation, but I do see where you're going.
Definitely.
USC beat the brakes off of Nevada, 66-14. Caleb Williams threw for another 300-yard game, 319 yards to be exact, with 5 touchdown passes. And my guy Zachariah Branch with another touchdown reception.
Oh yeah.
So I look, listen, there's going to be some tanking for Caleb Williams. He is definitely he's not going to give that Heisman up without a fight. I'll give him that. He looks good these first 2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, I have no other words. I knew this game was going to get out of hand. Thank God San Jose State had them week 1, because they were still working out the kinks offensively.
Yeah.
And now this shit they unleashed on Reno. Look at this box score for all the people that got a chance to catch the rock from the future first-round pick and next year's
number one pick.
Future number 1 pick. Look at all these people. Talk about spreading the sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a Drew Brees level.
How many receivers that is?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 receivers caught a pass.
Bro, 7 is like spreading it around.
He threw.
You're making
what?
Wow, that's insane. 14 different people. Like, bro, like that's literally everybody on offense and maybe a lineman caught a pass.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. I'm really interested to see what USC does this year. I think college football is best when Notre Dame is good, USC is good, Michigan is good, Miami is good.
Yep.
Some teams from that, SEC, whether it's Alabama or LSU, Florida, like when multiple teams are good from around the country, some brands just
Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon put up an 81 piece this weekend.
No, I didn't see that.
81.
But who did they beat? They beat like
Portland State.
Yeah, I mean, that's
yeah, but to put up 81 points, that's still like shit. Like, God damn.
You were not playing with your food. We got off the bus hungry.
He said, you see that deer on the side of the road with a broken leg, you go up and you. That's what they did.
You need real help. FSU abused LSU in their home opener, 45-24. I think we can establish and say that Florida State looks to be back. LSU is an SEC team. LSU was the higher ranked team because I believe Florida State was like but number 8 in the country, number 8 or number 9, and then LSU was like number 5. So to beat them like that, obviously it was in Florida, it was in Tallahassee, but still that was another statement win. So
whoa. Yeah,
I mean, like,
I didn't even see that one. Yeah, that's a statement. You beat anybody in the SEC. I don't care who it is. By 3 tutters?
Yeah, and they're ranked.
Yeah.
Florida State had been down for a few years, and I'm upset to see them back before my Canes, but it is what it is. That's another team too that you would like to see do well, nationally.
Yeah.
Oh well, Florida State.
Oh, Florida State.
Yeah. Switching gears, we're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. Open. Talking a little tennis. Coco Gauff. Can she get it done? She won in 3 sets again. George, I put in parentheses here because Coco Gauff is 19, so she would be trying
She's only 19?
Yeah, she's been around for a few years now, though. She's been around for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But this will be her last major to potentially win as a teenager. Remember Serena Williams won, I think she was 18 or 19. And I always thought Serena Williams was the youngest person to win. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, no. The youngest person to win ever was Tracy Austin. She won at 16 years old, 8 months, and 28 days.
How, man? When?
That's
in
crazy.
1907?
No, it was in the 70s, I want to say. But then Martina Hingis won at like 16 and some change. Like she was like older than her by maybe a couple months or a couple weeks. But yeah, so that's crazy. So my thing is I hope that Coco can get it done because she does need to start fulfilling some of her promise. Like, you know, she's top 5, top 10 in the world now. And you know, with other girls losing, because I feel like on the women's side, those top seeds go down a lot more often than on the men's side. Like the men's side, you almost never see the 1 or 2 or 3 seed go down before the second week. I mean, it happens, but it is a little bit more rare, especially when you're talking Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. They don't ever lose in the first round. Like it doesn't happen unless somebody gets hurt. But on the women's side, it does happen. So Coco is one of the higher seeded ladies that's still left. So I hope she can get it done this coming week. Iga Swiatek, she goes down in 3 sets to Yelena Ostapenko, ending her bid to repeat as the champion. She won last year's U.S. Open, and you know, and continues stacking. She's only 22, and she already has four major wins.
Iga
Swiatek.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's only 21 too.
Oh, it says
22. My bad.
22, right?
22,
okay,
yeah.
I was like,
from Warsaw, Poland.
She's from Poland. That's right.
I hit tennis ball very hard.
She's the Polish hammer.
Any way that you can return a serve from one of these people?
No, I suck. I'm horrible at tennis.
Yeah, no.
I played my ex-girlfriend in tennis, and she did a drop shot, and the ball bounced backwards, and I thought something was wrong with the ball.
You're like, oh no, this one's got a lump.
I was like, this ball's dead. I was like, the ball's dead. Like the ball doesn't know something's wrong with the ball. And sure enough, she played tennis in high school, and so yeah, she showed me a couple things. I won.
I've only seen in ping pong, you get it nasty with a little, you know, and that ball just.
Listen,
back.
the ball bounced and then bounced backwards, and I was like, I don't even know how I would have handled that if I was in shape. That was impressive. It was impressive. And switching gears over to the men's side, Novak Djokovic squares off against Taylor Fritz, American. He's 9th in the world. Do you give Taylor Fritz even an inkling of a chance, George?
Taylor Fritz, no chance.
He's American. You got to give him some chance.
It didn't sound like that American of a name. Fritz sounds
sounds German
or like Irish.
No, Fritz would be German.
Really?
Yeah.
Do Irish people have Z's? No, I'm
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like Fitzpatrick.
Fitz, right? Yeah, like Fitzsimmons, I would say, and those kinds of last names.
Josh, if you ever in the future you want me to tee you up for these tennis things, I can. But I cannot talk tennis unless something like crazy happens, and I can like be like, oh wow, let me judge his character.
George, this is why you're supposed to start watching these sports, bro.
Tennis?
Yeah, you got to watch it. Okay, all right. So okay. What is your working knowledge of tennis? How much tennis do you understand? How much tennis, do you understand strategy? Do you understand what they're trying to accomplish?
Yeah. I understand, because I've played it myself, with my brother and stuff. He played tennis, so.
Really?
Yeah, my brother played tennis.
Big fella.
Yeah, he was lengthy back then. He was.
Man.
But anyways.
Right, fair enough.
I mean, when I played against him, I was like, oh, I get the concept of this. I understand where you have to serve it. I understand, getting people to move.
Yeah.
Just big ping pong. Yeah. It really is just big ping pong.
Yes. Little different, but yes, I understand what you mean.
Similar strategy. I could go for the corners. I could do the drop shot. I could put spin on it. I don't understand how they hit the ball so hard and they make it so seamless. Their body doesn't move a lot.
Yeah.
But it just rockets. Because then whenever I play tennis, dude, I feel like I'd throw it a disc. Because
really?
I'm just not getting it. And then the ball fucking.
Oh yeah, I used to hit
arena.
home runs all the time. That was I always thought that was the purpose. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, right.
It's fun to just crank.
In middle school PE, I used to just take the ball and just send it into orbit, bro.
Yes, 1,000%.
That was fun.
Well, okay. Well, I'll put it to you this way: you can get into tennis now because it's the changing the guard on both sides. There's no more Serena. You know what I mean? Venus is, God help her, she's still out there, but she ain't doing much. And so like you can, if you do like gravitate towards someone, you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nobody. So it's like if you did want to like start watching and get into somebody, it's a good time. It could be Taylor Fritz.
Would it ever be you ever going to Wimbledon, or like have you ever wanted to go to one of the big ones? Because it looks fun to me.
I have to go to Paris next year. I meant to go. I've wanted to go the last 2 years. I'm glad I did not go this year because Nadal got hurt, and so he wasn't able to play. But if this is possibly Nadal's last year coming up, I have to go. Like, he's given me too much joy watching him over his career, and I've wanted to see him at the French Open. So I will be at the French Open one way or another this year. I will make that happen. Outside of that, I would like to go to a U.S. Open. I've wanted to do that as well.
In New York, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's literally, so it's right across the street from where the Mets play.
Really?
It's in Flushing Meadows. They basically share parking lots. It's right there.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wimbledon, sure, maybe. I don't have to.
What's the one in Australia?
Australian Open.
Yeah,
so that's the first.
They play on clay there?
No. French Open is clay.
Got it.
So French Open is clay, Wimbledon is grass, and then Australian and U.S. are both hard court. Australian, it's just hot as balls out there.
Yeah.
Because that's their summer. That's their summer. That's the reason why we play there in January.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay.
So, but yeah, you gotta get into it.
I will.
Get into it.
I will. Josh, we got to go play. We got to
play golf.
Yeah, we do. We do got to go out and golf.
I'm getting trash at golf, and all these car accidents and these back injuries. I can't do anything.
You sound like Tiger Woods right now.
Oh,
You're gonna look at. I'm wearing the fucking Tiger Woods polo right now.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like one of those classic ones. This is I think the same type of polo he won when he won the Masters in
okay. The collarless
yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. The injuries. That's why I'm so fat right now. I'll get it together.
Hey,
I'm gonna get it together.
Josh, you know who needs to get it together? And I just want your quick take on this.
Oh,
Gatorade bath after first win versus Bryant. The UNLV coach, here's the video. He gets a Gatorade bath after UNLV beats Bryant, a team that until they beat him, I had never heard of them.
Bryant actually has a decent college basketball program. They've made it to the tournament a few times. Yes, as a college football program, I have never witnessed a game, never witnessed a stat line. This is now, we do have to set the stage. This is his first career win. This is his first game. UNLV, listen, they're trying to potentially build something. If you slow this down, this was in Vegas, and there's nobody in the stands. So they're trying to get some level of excitement back.
Yeah.
I actually do need to reach out to UNLV about getting us credentialed so we can start going to those games to cover. But and then also practice. You can go to practices as well and start covering. But I mean, what I saw you when you posted it. It's a little cringy for sure. It's definitely a little cringe.
I had a very good balance of people that, there were some people that voted, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't take your opinion seriously. You just don't know football. They didn't understand the implication. It's like a girl that I met in middle school, and she's like, "Yes, Gatorade bath. Look how awesome that." I'm like, "You don't get it." But my dad, I value his opinion a lot. He was like, "Gee, what the fuck are they doing?" Because it wasn't even the players that gave him the bath. It was like some equipment managers.
Oh, shut up. Go run it back.
Dog, trust me. I just saw this and I was like, I don't think it was a player that did it. Look.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a coach. Look, he's wearing slacks.
Oh, boo. Boo. Flag on the play. Okay. All right. Now, if it's not players, now we're doing too much.
Hey.
We are doing too much. If that is.
He planted, he's like, hey, after the first one, I know the guys aren't going to understand.
Wow. Yeah, that's doing too much. That's listen, but he also has job security now. I will say that. He's getting job security. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, no. Allegedly. Until you don't make it to a bowl game. Make it to a bowl game, UNLV. We got to do that.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. Thank you again to our sponsor, Coco Love, for supplying us with delicious beverages. Make sure you also check out the Coco Love website and use the promo code TAF365. That's for the American Fan 365. You will get a discount. And, yeah, George, I'm excited, man. Football season's here.
Yes.
We're rounding third in the baseball season. We didn't talk about baseball today because my Cubs laid 2 eggs versus the freaking Reds, and we deserved a sweep.
How did it go against the Brewers?
We won. We won 2 out of 3.
Okay, so
we won. We won the last 2 games, and then we had the potential to sweep the Reds, and we lost the 2 middle games. One was on the back-to-back of a doubleheader, so that was understandable. But then the other one, we were winning in the 9th inning and freaking gave up 2 runs. Load the bases.
Oh, no.
Yeah, load the freaking bases. Like,
That's tough.
3 straight base runners. No outs. Trying to figure it out. Yeah. So that's why I did not talk about baseball today.
Makes sense.
But, yeah, a lot of big things coming. So make sure you tune into the channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please pass this along to your people.